I was raised in East Winston, North Carolina, and despite my ability to articulate words and my professional appearance, the journey to this very stage has been one of great pain and struggle. As a child, I grew up in a house that may be no larger than 4 of these hotel rooms. In fact, we only had about 5 rooms in my house. That was including the bathroom. We had no halls. All the rooms actually connected. I lived in what we call a shotgun house. They call it a shotgun house because you could shoot a shotgun and the bullet would come out on the other side of the house. As a young child, I recall my grandfather waking up early in the winter months to heat my bath water on the stove. I became quite used to mice and other rodents as they ran across the floors right in my very bedroom. Right next door to where I live, my next door neighbor ran a crack house. And even when I was 10 years old, I still remember when he got busted by the police. As I hid under the covers and police circled around our houses with guns drawn. About 100 feet from where I lived, there was a corner that was infested with winos and crack by the day and prostitutes by the night. I played in dirt as a child and was known to run around the house with a towel tied around my neck as I pretended I was Batman. My mother gave birth to me when she was 17 years old and still in high school. And as I grew up, I didn't get an opportunity to go on any Boy Scout camping trips with my father because I never had an opportunity to meet him. The only photo or the only time I've actually ever seen my father was in the paper when they released him from jail by accident. So what does all that mean? What does that background mean? Every statistic available to you today tells you that I should be either in jail or I should be in the cemetery. But my grandmother, she taught me how to dream. She always made sure that we understood that anything we wanted in life, we could have. She also helped me to understand the importance of being willing to fight and to sacrifice. And over the years, I've done a lot of both, but I wouldn't have been able to do all the fighting and sacrificing if my grandmother had not taken time to help me understand purpose and the power behind purpose. My grandmother gave me enormous wealth when she sacrificed her time to help me understand this essential field of life. We live in a country with endless possibilities, and we have a responsibility to help our young leaders to understand the significance of purpose. We must be willing to transfer parts of our passion and energy to others for the long-term sustainability of not only this association, but the long-term sustainability of what I believe is the greatest industry on earth. In order for many of you to accomplish what I'm suggesting here today, you're going to have to break out of your comfort zone. Yeah, I know. Sally has always been the one that does that project every year, and I know Sally does a terrific job every year, but maybe this year we let the younger associate give a hand at that project. We must be willing to ignore age and engage. Leaders of companies and associations fear the inexperience of their young associates. But when you return to your respective communities, your respective chapters, I challenge you, just as Brian has given you a challenge, I also challenge you to not be reactive in your response, but instead choose to be proactive. Design autonomous projects so that the younger associates will have an opportunity to develop some of their management skills and their ability to lead. Change traditional methods in order to provide our young leaders with those unique opportunities to develop their skills. I didn't come from the right family. I didn't come from the right part of town. I'm too young. Haven't been in the business long enough. But you are looking at a leader that is rising to greatness. Because I have proactively chosen to ignore my challenges and perceived failures and focus on the enormous responsibility I have to fulfilling my chosen purpose and repaying our Creator for the wonderful gift of life. So as I leave this stage, I challenge all of you, make sure when you return to your companies, you're not overlooking someone like me. Thank you.
All I can say is, wow. This is the future, ladies and gentlemen.